Hey, you guys, this is Emily with the Children's Literature Training Academy with a little special treat for you. I have some incredible adult Christmas coloring books that would also be great for kids who are a little bit older and actually are doing some arts during the month of December, maybe for homeschooling or any kind of arts curriculum. These would be great books. I'll show you the inside. I'll show you some samples of the pictures I've done. These would be great books for kids that actually enjoy arts, that can sort of stay in the lines and use different mediums, markers, pastels, pens, pencils. And these are just kind of fun to look at. I've had some of these books for a few years. I generally, whenever I'm watching a Christmas movie, I might spend an hour a day working in a book. So I'll show you some of my favorites here. And these are all by Creative Haven. We have Winter Wonderland, Creative Christmas, the Vintage Christmas Greetings. This one is not Creative Haven. This is the Old Fashioned Christmas. We have Christmas Florals and the Country Christmas. So let me just give you a little peek at each. The Country Christmas coloring book I had last year. I think I started a few pages in here. I don't know that I ever finished anything. I guess I did do one. So these just have some really, and these are one-sided, but they do bleed through if you use alcohol markers. I don't think I finished anything that I started in here, but I love the kind of Vermont country farm look in some of these. I guess I did finish this one. I use Faber-Castell markers in most of these, but if you have children that actually like fine detail and are really into the arts, and if you want to have them do some arts and crafts for the holidays, the adult coloring books would be good for kids that are maybe 10 and up that really have artistic skill and maybe want to do some pictures with mom or dad. So this is a great book. I love the ice skating village. So this is a really cute one. I like this one a great deal. The Christmas Florals is brand new this year. I haven't done anything in it, and it's all different kinds of flowers. A little more fine than I prefer, but if you want to pick up one for you while your kids work on one of the other ones, this would be a good option. So this has some pretty Christmas flowers of all kinds. And by the way, the Creative Haven coloring books are only a few dollars. So they're like $4.99 on Amazon or something. They're pretty cheap, but they're good quality. And this is the Winter Wonderland coloring book. I've had this one for quite a few years. I haven't done a lot in it because it's really hard to do snow. Like, it's hard for me just to leave things white, and it's hard for me to do shadowing with all of my art pencils. And there's so many details in these pictures, in the snowy ones. But I've always loved looking at the drawings in here. And if you have a kid that likes to draw, you can have him or her use some of these examples to do some pencil drawings. So this is Winter Wonderland. This one isn't Creative Haven. I'll just show you real quick. This is Silent Night Christmas Coloring Book by Mardell Rubio, and this is a black background one. So it's really interesting. I've always liked it because it has sort of this, already has the background black, like everything takes place kind of at night, and it has a lot of detail, a lot of picture detail inside of pictures in pictures. This one I must have started years ago. I never finished. I've had this one for many years. I have a really bad habit of working on one for a while and then wanting to flip to a different one. Baby Manger. A lot of details in these pictures, but I've always really liked the black background, the white on black. That kind of looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy to me. So this was a neat one. Hopefully it's still available. This is Creative Christmas. I know I've done a ton of pictures in this one. I think one Christmas last year, 2 years ago, I was super sick. And I spent the whole month just doing nothing but working in this book because I couldn't do much of anything else. And it has a lot of neat stuff in it. It's my nutcrackers. I think I guess I haven't finished it. I think I did almost the whole book. This one just has kind of like a mixture of different kind of pictures. I used different kinds of paint markers and oiled pastels, Prismacolor pencils. And they're kind of glossy. See, I did do the snow here, but I did it with like a blue tint, and so I don't know. I don't excel doing snow. Oh, here's my Christmas cat. I love this one. So this would be a great one. I love the whimsical look of these. I use all kinds of bright markers as well. Tombow markers are fantastic. They generally don't bleed through. And Spectrum Noir alcohol markers I would recommend. And I would recommend, gosh, what are these other ones I've been using? Well, I'll put some links below to some of my other favorite ones. So if you're interested in picking up one of these books to do for yourself, it's really great stress management for just spending some time and getting lost in these books. This is Vintage Christmas Greetings Coloring Book by Creative Haven, and they have, these are kind of simple based on the vintage Christmas cards. You can almost see the colored version of some of these on, if you Google them, look for Victorian Christmas cards. I've seen this one before. So this one's kind of neat. Just has some different Victorian images, very basic as well. You can see how one's done on the back. This is the old-fashioned Christmas coloring book. And I don't know that I've ever done one in here, but I like the ones that have a little bit bigger space to get into. And if you have kids that are not quite ready for the fine details, but this would be a good one because the pictures are bigger. I'm seeing a lot in here that I wouldn't mind doing actually. So these ones are kind of neat, and they're old-fashioned, just bigger images, not so much fine detail. There's a little bit of detail in these gifts, but overall, this is one that I really like. And I'll show you my absolute favorite of the batch, which I save for last. It's not Creative Haven, and this is by a company called Color It. They're called Color. You can just Amazon Color It coloring books. There's a good batch of them. They have a coloring book from the 80s. They have a one for all seasons. They have a Hawaiian one. I love them because they're hard. They have spiral ring. You can do it on your lap if you're in a chair. You don't need to be at a table. Whereas these paper ones, these flimsier ones, you need like an art board or something on your lap if you don't have anything under you. And I've always loved these because the paper is really thick. There's some crummier older ones. I've had this one for a couple of years, but there's just so much variety. And these are like heavier cardstock, right? So you can use some really heavier art mediums in these. So you can just get an idea for how these look. Ornaments. This is my favorite. I would always prefer a Color It tablet over the paper coloring books. I love the snowflakes. It's my kitten. So my whimsical skates. So you just get an idea here. A lot of unfinished things in here. These look more like birthday cupcakes. I recommend their Color It 4 Seasons. They have, that one has Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter, Leprechaun, you know, St. Patrick's Day. It has all the holidays in it. But if you're just looking for a Christmas book, this would be a nice one, even for an adult who likes to do adult coloring. This would be a really nice gift. And you can hear how heavy the paper is as I flip the pages. And this one has a combination of good detail, but they're spaced enough where you can really use your markers. It's not like the tiny fine details where it would be hard to use your markers. Ooh, I want to do this one. I think I'll do that one next. Okay, everybody. Well, there's my recommendations for adult and older children for Christmas adult coloring books. Color It would be my favorite recommendation, but if you want a little break from the regular literature and looking to add some arts curriculum, you can pick up a few of these and have a great amount of fun, either alone or with your kids. Thanks everybody for watching.